Alright guys, welcome back to another episode of Lone Wolf. Now we've begun the Dungeons of Torgar, and with me again is Karzie, as usual.
Yeah.
Alright, so in the story so far, we'll do a quick rundown. In real time, we're actually recording this episode as soon as quarantine has been issued, at least over here in the UK. It's been about a week since they've done that. And yeah, it's going to be fun. At least maybe we can get some more recordings done. Government recordings. But yeah.
Work at home!
This is my work at home. This is what I'm up to anyway. So, let's do a quick rundown of what happened last time. We need this as much as you guys do because it's been that long. So, in Elzian, the capital of Desi, we were tutored. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so we learned the skills that the other Kai Masters would have learned if they had survived the attack on the monastery 12 years ago when we hit our head on the branch. And we've got a grudge against wood. You have to remember that grudge.
That door!
So, Lord Rimowa was going to teach us a bunch of other stuff, but we got a word that the Darklord city of Helgadad had a civil war after we defeated Hakan in that big orbital strike. And then after 5 years, the battle has finally been won by the Darklord called Gnaarg. And so the other Darklords are united behind him, and they launched their armies, their amassed armies, to try and defeat Magnamund, which is our land. So instead of going after them directly, we were told to carry on our quest and go and get the Lorestone, which was under a city. And after we obtained it, we had to fight against the Nusa Khan of Vasagonia, which we visited in an earlier book. That dude had a super mega ultra stone, and he was our biggest challenge other than a door. And we fought him to the death. After he died, everyone ran away, all of his army ran away, and we won the day. So yeah, we did that. So now, our defeat of Zakan Kima turned the tide of war decisively against the Darklord armies, and paved the way for the liberations of the lands that they'd taken by force. But the sweet taste of victory turns sour when you discover that Darklord Gnaarg had captured the last 3 remaining Lorestones of Nuxator. I remember, yeah, his big booming voice came from the sky telling us, "I've got the last 3 stones, you dickhead. Come and get him." Pretty much is what he said.
Oh yeah, he just Shao Kahn'd us like at the end of fucking
Mortal Kombat. I watched Mortal Kombat yesterday as well. Oh my god.
Nice.
You pathetic mortals, I've come for your souls. And I think that's what he says, something to that effect. And then Lord Raiden's like, "I don't think so." And he didn't come for their souls because they changed characters. So he got someone else's souls.
Yeah.
They changed that character.
Rest in peace, Johnny Cage.
Johnny Cage, not Johnny Cage. I don't know what. He got one line in that movie, that new actor. And then he just got killed. And his sunglasses fell apart.
And he finally did his shadow kick for like the first time. And then he just gets
wasted
like,
the instant he tried it. Shao Kahn just like punched his ass as soon as he tried it. Anyway, so so the Nuxator stones have been taken. So Lord Rimowa and the other members of the High Council of the Elder Magi, they joined us in Tahau to help formulate a plan of action. They'd already received word from Prince Gregor, the ruler of Eru, that one of his patrols had found a man near the borders of the Hell Swamp. He was a Telestrian soldier who had escaped from the dread city fortress of Torgar, where he had been imprisoned after being captured in battle. He had suffered terribly at the hands of the Drukarim, evil humans in the service of the Darklords, and when found, he was so badly injured that it was almost unrecognizable. Before he died, he spoke of 3 radiant gems filled with golden light that had been brought to Torgar from the Darklord city of Mosgor. "We are now sure that what he saw was the arrival of the stolen Lorestones," said Rimowa, speaking on behalf of the High Council. "They radiate a goodness so strong that Gnaarg could not hold them in the Darklands, but had to move them to Torgar. There his sorcerers, the Nadziranim, are searching for the means to destroy them. The black art of the Nadziranim has grown powerful of late, and we fear they may achieve the task set them by Gnaarg. Therefore we must act quickly, and with utmost secrecy, if the Lorestones and the Magnikai quest are to be saved. The Elder Magi had already made preparations for your secret journey to Eru, where, upon your arrival, Prince Gregor will help you reach the grim city of Torgar. The thought of having to enter the terrible Drukharen stronghold fills you with dread, but your pledge to destroy the Dark Lords and restore the Kai strengthens your resolve and helps you suppress your fear. On the eve of your journey to Aru, the Elder Magi convene a special meeting of the High Council to pray for the success of your mission. For several hours, they kneel in prayer until finally they arise and intone their blessing that has sustained you in the past. May the gods Ashir and Kai protect you on your journey into darkness, Korskan. Alright, and that's the prologue done.
We've been blessed.
Yes. For the umpteenth time. So we can skip this
Pray
bit.
for me, please!
And we can go straight to the cool bit, which is our new abilities, the Magna Kai disciplines. So currently we have Weapon Mastery, Curing, Hunt Mastery, Pathsmanship, Invisibility, and Psi Screen. Now we've got to choose our 7th ability. So we have to choose from Animal Control, Psi Surge, Nexus, and Divination. So do you want me to explain any of those?
Let me see. What was it? Animal Mastery, talk to animals.
Yep.
Psi Surge, Mind Blast.
Pretty much, yeah, on steroids.
But it takes but this new one of Psi Surge, it's like Magna Kai Psi Surge, like when you use it, it takes endurance points away from you. So we've been kind of been no. Nexus, super resilient to everything. And Divination, which is probably what we're gonna pick, is was it the new Sixth Sense, right?
Yeah, it's Spider Sense.
Yeah, I think we're gonna go for Divination.
Yeah, good choice.
Yeah, I'm gonna say
Divination. I was picking either between that and Nexus because we're only one more ability away from completing the Spirit Circle. So if we get Nexus next time, we'll have completed the hardest Spirit Circle, the hardest Law Circle of the Magna Kai, which is the Spirit.
Wait a minute, it says we need Psi Surge too for the Spirit.
Oh yeah, it does.
So we would need Nexus and Psi Surge.
Didn't realize that. I thought we had all... Never mind then. Oh, nuts. Oh well, that's fine. We don't really need the boosts anyway because we're so overpowered. Remember, we got 46 combat skill. Although we are fragile, we picked the lowest endurance point at the very, very, very beginning of the book. So we're gonna have to make
highest combat
bonuses.
Skill, lowest endurance.
Yeah, glass cannon on steroids. All right, so
it has.
We should also pick an additional weapon mastery ability. We'll go here. Wait, is it here? Where do we do it? Weapon mastery. Let's go next. I'm sure we get to pick another.
Yeah, because we have
weapon.
been able to choose. Yeah, we have been able to choose that in the past.
Oh, here it is. Here it is. Must have skipped over it. So we have spear, short sword, warhammer, and axe.
I think last time I picked quarterstaff. I think.
Yeah.
So you pick this time.
I'm feeling like a spear.
Spear? Spear's good weapon.
Alright, cool. So we've still got the Summer Sword and the Dagger of Vashna with us. So yeah, let's do this. So the equipment. So before we leave... Oh wait, no, this is for you to read.
Okay.
So we're in the
Before you leave Anari and journey across Magnamund to the Principality of Iru, the Senate of Tahau gives you a map of Gatan and its surrounding territories, and a pouch of gold. To find out how much gold is in the pouch, pick a random number, and hopefully we won't go over our cap.
That's interesting. It says in yours that the Senator gives you a map, but in mine it says the Elder Magi give you a map. It's another thing that's been changed. Oh my god, I got 0. So we only got 10.
Wow.
That's fine.
Okay then.
We'll just keep the 40
Yeah,
wheels.
we're not like, in need of breaking the bank.
Yeah, we got loads.
Add 10 to the number. The total equals yada yada.
I think I want to deposit the flask of Boza and the Jaden anklets I don't think we're gonna need them. I'll keep the rope.
Our jewelry. Our
Yeah,
anklet
we'll keep 'em in storage.
jewelry. Okay.
The next up is the
Center
items.
Tahao. Oh. There
Okay.
was another paragraph.
Yeah. So after we do the gold crowns, we should be picking from the weapons that they're going to give us, or a bunch of items.
Oh. Yeah, because that's all that is. The Senate Tahao's like giving us stuff. So, oh, we get a choice of a lantern again.
Yeah.
Potion of Alither.
Ooh, that one sounds cool. I love that
That
one.
one's new. Yeah, sure, why not?
We have
We might as
actually
well
had
get a
potion.
potion of Lamspur.
Yeah, we have had potions of Aletha before, but we lost it when our backpack was stolen. Well, not stolen, when we had to ditch it at the end of that one book. Like, we had combat potions then as well.
How many can we pick again? You could carry
allowed to
maximum
pick,
to 5 items.
5 items.
Well, we usually get the quiver too, just for more arrows.
So the quiver. Yeah, we don't have room because remember they put that limit on us. But all of a sudden, just happened. We have a new limit for special items, so we've got the maximum amount of them. Speaking of which, actually, maybe we should deposit some of these that we're not going to be using. Although it looks like we actually are using every single one of them, to be fair.
Yeah.
Oh, we have the Great Crystal Ring and the Psychic Ring as well. Pretty sure one of them will come in because we haven't used either of them yet, so we should really keep them with us.
I agree. We should keep our bling.
Okay. So we're not going to ditch anything now then. If we have to ditch something, I'll get rid of the shield later on. Because we can always grab another one. So I know we've got some in storage as well. Yeah. And we've got a leather waistcoat as well that we can always come back and get. Alright, cool.
So many sacks of silver just,
And the sacks
in
of
our
silver,
storage.
Yeah. Alright, so if we're not going to grab any weapons, then I suppose it's either the lantern, but we have the Cal's Fire Sphere. So, 3 meals?
I guess.
2? 3. Maybe we can toss it to a spider again like we did last time.
You eat, I run.
Alright, and I think that's the only other relevant thing on this page. Yep, that's all it is. So let's move on to the next page. Rules for combat, forget about that. Levels of Magnified training. So right now, we have reached Mentora, the 7th on the list. The lore circles, we are working towards the Circle of the Spirit right now. And let's see what the improved disciplines are now that we're a Mentora. Oh, Mentoras. The Weapon Mastery ability. Mentoras skilled in weapon mastery are more accurate when using all missile weapons, whether fired with a bow or thrown like a dagger. When using a bow or thrown weapon and instructed to pick a number from the random number table, add 2 to the number picked if you are Mentora with the Magnified discipline Weapon Mastery. Nice. So we're pretty much not going to miss with our bow anymore because we've got the silver bow as well that also makes us more accurate. We're like Hawkeye on steroids now. Hawkeye, Legolas, and Green Arrow had a triple baby together, and that's us.
Just
I don't want to know how. I don't want to know how the triple baby was made, but yeah. The next is curing.
When you train, I guess.
Mentoras with this skill are able to neutralize the effects of any poisons, venoms, or toxins with which they come into contact. So no one can spike us anymore, because I know up until now we've been getting spiked like left, right, and center. Our food.
We have been, haven't we?
God, I'm so greedy, just stuff my face full of food. I still can't get over the time when that Helga dad poisoned our food, and I was adamant that it wasn't them who did it. Like, it wasn't the food that was the problem, it was something else. Because I couldn't fathom the fact that our food had been poisoned because the food tasted so nice. It said the food tasted nice.
It couldn't have been poison. It tasted good. Poison tastes bad.
Oh my god. So next is pathsmanship. So Mentores who possess this Magnakai discipline are able to cross any kind of terrain on foot without leaving any tracks, even if the ground is covered in snow. That's almost like Legolas as well. He doesn't leave any footprints either, because he's super light.
Even on snow?
Yeah, actually, you know in the first Lord of the Rings, when they're on the mountain, you can see everyone struggling to get through the snow, but Legolas is just walking on the top of it.
Huh.
Go back and look at it.
All right, bye. I guess I better go watch it now.
3 hours later. So next is
yep, I gotta watch the extended cut.
Next is Side Screen. So Mentores with this ability can protect themselves from evil spirits and other non-corporeal beings that attack with psychic energy. The effectiveness of this ability increases as a Kai Master rises in rank. Nice, so we've got that. And last is Divination, which we also have. Mentores who possess this skill are able to detect psychic residues lingering in a place where a dramatic event, such as a battle, a murder, a ritual sacrifice, or a ritual ceremony, has taken place. By meditating at the scene of the incident, a Kai Mentora is able to visualize the event, even though it may have occurred in the distant past. So, essentially, we've got a black light. Psychic residues. That's a black light.
Oh, we are a walking black light now of just seeing germs. And
now we're going to do some CSI
spills.
stuff.
Oh.
Yeah. No, mate. Okay, so let's begin.
I haven't seen that show in so long.
Yeah. Or you're going to CSI Miami. Yeah! I insert some clips.
I totally forgot about that.
Yeah. Alright, so page number 1. How long is it? How long? Alright, I'll read this one.
Okay.
It is dawn on a midsummer's day when you ride out of Tahau. Since your victory over Zakan Kima, your appearance in a public place has been enough to provoke spontaneous cheering from the Tahouis, who regard you as their savior. But on this warm sunny morning, you leave the city unnoticed, for on this occasion, you appear to be just another messenger. The army uniform you wear and the white horse you ride are a part of an elaborate deception conceived by the Elder Magi. In order to make Darklord Gnaarg believe that you are returning to Summerland, you have given your Kai cloak and tunic to your friend Bannerton. Disguised as you, he will leave for Summerland aboard his flying ship Skyrider this afternoon. A formal ceremony is planned to mark his departure, and another awaits his arrival at the King's Citadel in Holmgard. Gnaarg has vowed to kill you. It is a vow which has become an obsession that torments him like a poisoned wound. It is hoped that Bannerton's much publicized flight home will lure Gnaarg's vengeful eyes away to the north, and raise your chances of success at Torgar considerably. Your ride ends in Firma, where you catch a barge downriver to the port of Toulon. There you hear the news of a rebellion in Barakish, the Vasagonian capital, and reports of the sudden withdrawal of all Vasagonia's troops from the lands she invaded early in the war. It bodes well for the continuing struggle against the Dark Lords. Vasagonia was their only major ally. You spend one night in Talon before buying passage aboard a merchantman on its way along the Tintarius, and 5 days later you disembark at Garthan, the capital of Telestria. Telestria was overrun in the early days of the war, but the neighbouring country of Palmarion came quickly to her aid. The armies of Telestria and Palmarion united and fought the invading horde led by warlord Zegron of Ogier on the battle plains to the north of Garthan. For 3 days and 3 nights, a bitter struggle raged, and the allies were sorely pressed to withstand the overwhelming numbers of the enemy ranged against them. But on the morning of the 4th day, the unexpected arrival of the dwarven army of Bor was to seal Zegron's doom. His mighty force crumbled, and the survivors, fleeing northwards in chaos, were pursued relentlessly. The latest news tells of the Allies' capture of Zanar, a major Ogian stronghold, and their continued advance westward along the Blackshroud Trail. The royal court of Queen Evane would be honoured to assist you, but secrecy is paramount to the success of your quest, and so you shun the royal palace and take lodgings instead at a humble dockside tavern. There, you arrange transport to Aru aboard a brigantine bound for Humboldt, the Aruan capital, and leave the next day on the noontide. Upon your arrival, you make your way to the city's ancient quarter, where the Elder Magi have arranged a clandestine meeting with Prince Gregor. In the cellar of a disused warehouse, the young prince waits patiently for your coming. Like you, he is dressed in the clothes of a messenger in order that he can walk the streets of his city incognito. Kind of like us with browsing the internet in incognito.
Incognito mode is my friend.
Yes, but I still save bookmarks for my quote-unquote questionable pages.
Oh, maybe you want to return to him. Maybe you just see something so good that you just want to see it again.
Exactly right. He welcomes you with a salute, bringing his hand diagonally across his chest, and assures you that your true identity is known only to him. For over an hour, you discuss your plans and listen to the prince recount some of the events that have disturbed the peace of Aru. 2 years ago, Drakarian renegades from the Hammerlands attacked and overran his northern city of Luomi. The inhabitants were slaughtered, and the holy temple of Luomi, around which the city was founded, was looted and burnt to the ground. Only recently did he learn from the Elder Magi that the ancient temple held the Lorestone of Luomi. One of the 3 Lorestones are now locked in Torgar. At the time of the attack, the prince's army was too small to repel the invaders, and he was forced to abandon the city, as well as the border town of Setzer. But in the past month, he has joined forces with King Sarnak of Lencia, and together, they have recaptured Luomi and driven Baron Shinzar and his Hammerland rebels all the way back to Setzer within 30 miles of the border. The prince invites you to accompany him to Luomi, where he is to resume command of his army and lead them to battle. He provides you with a fine Iruan steed, and a new disguise that will enable you to travel through Aru without drawing undue attention to yourself. Dressed as an Iruan pathfinder, one of an elite unit of woodsmen who operate in the harsh territories bordering the Hellswamp, you ride north with the prince's entourage and arrive at the city 5 days later. Every house, stable, tavern, and municipal building is filled to overflowing with knights and men-at-arms. But despite their cramped billets and meager rations, the soldiers of Aru and Lencia are in good spirits, but tomorrow they march against a foe they have already beaten in battle, and most are eager to finish the job once and for all. You are given lodgings within the main citadel of Luomi, and later that evening, after the prince has attended a war conference with King Sarnak, you meet in private to discuss the next stage of your quest.
There are 2 ways to reach Torgar,
says the prince, as you studied the map given to you by the Senate of Tahau.
You can cross the River Brol and make your way northwards through the Mogador Forest, or you can go to Percy and seek out Seb Jarel. He is the leader of a brave band of partisans who have ambushed and resisted the Drakrim ever since they invaded. If there is no path to Torgar between the Hellswamp and the Isle of Ghosts, he will know it.
You ponder the choice, and wonder why the prince has not suggested the simplest route of all, north across the Isle of Ghosts. When you mention this, he shakes his head ominously.
The isle is cursed,
he says, pointing at the map with an accusing finger.
You have ever come out of the dreadful place alive, and of those poor wretches who have survived, only one has kept a grip of his sanity. His name is Seb Jarel.
Next day, you rise with the dawn and prepare to set off on your journey to Torgar. There are 2 routes open to you. You can ride to Percy and seek out Seb Jarel, the partisan leader, and the only man who can guide you through this treacherous wilderness, or you can accompany Prince Gregor to the battle at Setzer. If his army beats the Drukarim and forces them to retreat, the way across the River Brol will be open, and you'll be able to approach Torgar under cover of Mogador Forest. Consult the map before you decide which route to take. Alright, let's do that. Let's go to our special items and look at the map of Gatan. Wow, that is a very colourful map. I don't know if yours is in colour, but this is the most colour I've ever seen on the maps so far. They're really
Oh, yeah, it is. It's so much more vibrant.
So we're trying to get to Percy, or Setzer for the battle. So Percy is in the bottom left. Setzer's the yellow house in the bottom middle. Right, and that's the Isle of Ghosts, the island in the middle where the river bifurcates. Wondering.
I'm just.
So, do we want to get into a fight or go across or speak to that dude who's survived the Isle of Ghosts? So I'm thinking if we get into a fight, we can get loot, but it's just going to be gold and weapons. But I'm thinking if we talk to this dude and go across the Isle of Ghosts, we might come across some cool artifacts that could like come in handy later on.
Ghosts usually come with treasure.
They certainly do, and we've got undead weapons as well, so we should be good to do that.
At least that's what video games have taught me.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying because we're completely equipped, full of weaponry and combat skill, so we don't really need any more of that. If we just went to the battle, we'd be looting stuff and getting like weapons and gold. We don't need any of that. I'm thinking we want cool artifacts and new abilities, stuff like that. And I think it'd just be more interesting instead of just getting to fights. So let's go to Percy.
All right. Okay, to Percy we go. Before leaving Lumi, the prince gives you a signet ring that bears his royal crest. Mark this as a special item on your action chart. You need not discard another special item in favor of this ring if you're already carrying the maximum of 12 items.
But we do have to... Hang on. So that signet ring doesn't take up a slot, but the grey crystal ring and the psychic ring do take up slots. How does that make sense? I've got 10 fingers, mate.
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they're really big rings. I don't know. Maybe they're like giant rings or something.
Probably.
By wearing the ring on your right hand, you signify that you have the friendship of the royal court. Something that may prove valuable when trying to persuade Seb Jarrell to aid you in your quest. You exchange farewells with Prince Gregor before checking your equipment and setting off on the dusty road to Percy. The road itself is a little better than a dirt track that cuts across open grassland towards a wide, muddy river. Awkward heaps of gray stone dot the unkempt landscape. They are the deserted ruins of farmsteads and houses destroyed during the Dracum occupation. Apparently, these Dracum are partly pirates. I guess not, because that would be bones in the background.
They're evil people that work for the Darklords.
Even their axes have blades on it.
Yeah, serrated axe. As if the axe itself wasn't bad enough, it's got to be serrated on top of that.
Yeah.
Jeez.
After an hour in the saddle, you arrive at the river at a point where a wide stone bridge spans murky waters. A fire-blackened watchtower and roofless stone hut stand at the approach to the bridge. You notice a faint wisp of wood smoke rising from the top of the tower and a saddled horse grazing close by on the river at the river's edge. If you wish to stop and investigate the watchtower, go to 232. If you prefer to cross the bridge and continue, go to 75.
I think you know which one I'm going to pick.
We always investigate. We are just the most curious person in existence.
Let's do it. Silently, you dismount and approach the charred tower door. Through the split timbers, you see a man crouching beside a smouldering fire, cooking a bird that is skewered on the point of his dagger. He wears clothes cut from supple leather, dyed deep crimson, and coiled on his hip, you notice a bullwhip, its braids studded with nuggets of copper. "Join me," he says suddenly, without raising his eyes from the glowing charcoal fire. "There's enough meat on this fledgling for the two of us." If you wish to accept the stranger's offer, turn to 129. If you decide to remount your horse and hurry away, turn 75. Never turn down a good meal. Let's do it.
Well, no one can't be poisoned anymore, so...
Yeah, no one who's ever fed us has been an evil person.
Were you accepting the stranger's offer?
Yes. 29.
You push open the tower door with your foot and a splash of morning sunlight illuminates the gloomy interior. Slowly, the man raises his weather-browned face and smiles soft. And a smile softens his craggy features as he recognizes the uniform you are wearing. "Welcome, Pathfinder," he says in his thick urine accent, which I don't know what that sounds like, echoing around the empty stone chamber. "I am the priest of head Halgar Prasiri. Come over and share my humble feast and celebrate your victory of our king!" He spits the roasted bird in two and tosses half to you. "It tastes delicious. I saw you approaching," he says, wiping away the grease from his mouth with the back of his calloused hand. "And I wagered you would stop the breakfast here. Where are you bound?" You hesitate to answer, but your basic Kai's sixth sense tells you that this man is no trickster. "I'm riding to Karzie. I've orders to contact Seb Jarrell," you reply, hoping he will offer to tell you where the partisan leader may be found. Halgar narrows his sea green eyes and strokes his chin thoughtfully. "If you have the Magpie discipline of invisibility, go here. If you do not possess the skill, go here. Why would we need invisibility now?"
I was thinking something like divination, probably, like see if he's lying or something. What the hell's invisibility got to do with it?
Are we just gonna peace out? Like,
Don't know. Just disappear before his eyes. I was never here. Ooh.
Ooh. Just
All right,
walk
page
backwards,
331.
close the door.
I see you wear the prince's mark.
He says, pointing at your signet ring with the tip of his blade.
Be you ready to get errand on his behalf?
Aye, you answer. Oh,
Aye.
you answer, mimicking the Iruan accent to perfection with the help of your Magnakai discipline.
It is a great agency. Do you know where I might find Seb Jarrell?
The man laughs and slaps his thigh.
Aye, that I do.
He says jovially.
He's my brother. You'll find him encamped at the foot of Hawkridge Mountain. Stay on the trail to Percy until you reach the old mining settlement of Gaig. Then take the track that follows the stream. Just keep on riding and you'll find old Seb soon enough.
You thank him for his help and hospitality and turn to leave. As you reach the doorway, he calls out.
Be watchful when you enter the forest. There's a pack of cats on the loose. If they catch you sit on your horse, they'll be down on you quicker than lightning.
Page 75.
I like this accent.
Very high
The
intensity.
road beyond. Yeah. What? Wait a minute. But I'm gonna pause for a second. We have a discipline that our training allows us to mimic
Yeah.
accents perfectly.
Invisibility lets us blend in. It's been that way for a while.
Wow. Okay. I didn't think about that, but that makes sense. All right. The road beyond the river takes you into a thick forest, and a dense canopy of branches arches overhead. A dazzling mosaic of light and shade blankets the trail, as it winds like a tunnel through the tall gray-green trees. Gradually, the trail becomes rougher. New saplings have speared through the stony surface, and foliage spills out from the forest on either side. The tunnel ends abruptly at the edge of the steep valley, although the trail itself continues, winding its way down towards a fast-flowing stream. Cautiously, you urge your horse down the twisting path to arrive at a cluster of dilapidated log huts. Rust and rot have taken their toll, but you can still discern that the remains of what was once a mining settlement, where men panned for gold. A wooden sign hangs lopsided above an open door, swinging slightly in the breeze. Its paint is cracked, and the panel bears fresh sword scars. But you can still make out the words. It reads, Kayak Settlement. Two trails lead away from this abandoned mining village. One climbs out of the valley and disappears into the forest. The other follows the stream towards its source among the snow-capped mountains of the Iru Ridge. If you have the Magpie discipline of pathmanship, go there. If you wish to take the trail, yada yada, we got pathmanship.
Yes, we do. Let's go there. Your Magnakai sense tells you that the trail that climbs up the valley is heading north. The town of Percy lies approximately 30 miles in that direction. If you wish to take this trail and head north to Percy, turn to 313. If you choose to follow the track upstream towards the west, turn to 18. I'm going to quickly consult the map. That's
Oh.
the map, the map. There's a place you want to get. I can get you there a bit.
Our vibrant colored map.
Yes. Oh, it's that hell swamp that makes it so colored. It's all blue.
Oh.
Okay. This decision I'll leave to you.
We might as well take the trail and head north.
Alright. Onwards we go. 313.
Stoically, your horse climbs to the difficult track out of the valley towards the crest. You hope to catch sight of your destination from this ridge of high ground, but because of the lush foliage, you can see little of what lies ahead. Densely packed trees and brushes reduce visibility to less than a dozen yards. It strikes you as the perfect environment for guerrilla warfare.
What?
How many people are like, you know what? This would be a good place for some guerrilla warfare.
I mean, we're a soldier of a sort. Makes sense. We should be thinking about these things.
Yeah.
I know what you mean. Though, like, for the normal person, it would be, like, we wouldn't be thinking about I wouldn't be walking down the high street and just thinking, yeah, that'd be a good place for me to snipe from.
This would be a great place to be ambushed.
Oh, Claymore at this corner would be perfect.
It strikes you as the perfect environment for guerrilla warfare, and you can readily understand how Sebdral and his partisans have managed to ambush and evade the Drakim so effectively for 2 years. Further along the narrow trail, you come across the grisly remains of one such ambush. A score of severed Drakim heads, still encased in skull-like helms of black iron, have been impaled upon a line of wooden stakes. They serve as a grim warning of what awaits any Drakkar who dares venture beyond this point. You are hungry and now must eat a meal.
Nope. Hunt
Yep,
mastery.
we can eat moss.
We can just like grab something random and put it in our mouth and it's food.
We can't be poisoned by anything, so we could even eat like poisonous berries.
Yep. It is soon after sunset when you arrive at Percy. Fog swirls through the gloomy streets and crooked alleys, but you can see light seeping from the chinks in the reinforced shutters and doors of only a few of the cabins. You bring your horse to a halt and dismount beside the steps of a large log hut that serves as both a general store and tavern. Your steed neighs uneasily, drawing your attention to a group of stony-faced men who are advancing along the street. Torches blaze in their work-worn hands, casting a vivid yellow glow in their suspicious eyes as they approach you warily. Their leader, who is dressed in the uniform of an Iruan Pathfinder captain, steps to within inches of your face. Coldly, he stares into your eyes, his jaw set in a rigid sneer of contempt.
Have you forgotten how to salute, soldier?
He growls menacingly.
Or perhaps you're not a Pathfinder at all. Perhaps you're just another skulking Drakkar spy.
You notice that several of the men carry bore pistols, primitive but very deadly weapons, especially at such close range. If you're to save your skin, you had best salute the captain immediately. If you choose to salute by touching your forehead, turn to 193. If you choose to salute by raising your hand palm outwards, turn to 60. If you choose to salute by placing your hand across your chest, turn to 7. Hey, we did a salute like that earlier. Placing the hand across the chest. I think I remember that.
Did we do that?
Yeah, we did. I distinctly remember.
I was just thinking that the hand across the chest would just be cooler, just because it makes me think of Attack on Titan.
Yeah. It's like that, pretty much. I think number 7 is the one we'll pick. I do vaguely remember something like that.
Either that or we're fighting them. Oh, the captain grunts his approval and returns your salute. Then he catches sight of your signet ring, and suddenly his mood becomes much more friendly. He orders the townfolk to lower their pistols and return to their homes. Begrudgingly, they obey his command. Come, he says, placing his hand on your shoulder. You must be thirsty after your day's ride. He pushes open the tavern door and draws aside a tattered leather curtain. A dozen pair of eyes look towards you as you enter, stare briefly, and then return to their own business. I see you come to Percy with the prince's favor, says the captain. He's got to have the accent, right?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do. Yeah, everyone's gonna have this accent now because you did
it.
You made it canon.
Yes, I have changed the world. Oh, this country in accents. Says the captain, casting a glance at the ring you wear as you raise the tankard of ale he places before you. What news do you bring of the royal court? I'm here on a mission, a secret mission of great importance, you replied guardedly. I must speak with Zebjarao, for only he can help me accomplish the task. I am at liberty to say no more. The captain looks at you quizzically. It's unlike Prince Gregor to entrust such a responsibility to one of your rank soldier. If you expect me to take your journal and you have first to satisfy me that you're a pathfinder. What the fuck?
It's just their dialects. Like Yoda.
That bandit Baron Chisna sent men to find Gerald before on missions of assassination. I want proof you're not just another one of his agents. He peers over your shoulder towards the tavern bar and signals the owner by blinking 3 times. A metallic click of a crossbow being cocked. And your Kai Spidey sense alerts you to the weapon that is now pointed at your back. Tell me, soldier, where were you trained as a pathfinder? Was it in Humboldt, in Sharwan, or in Tesla?
In a Tesla? Cool.
Hey, maybe you can learn a lot of things while being auto-driven places.
So Humboldt, I remember correctly, is a place. Well, they're all places, but I'm taking a look at the map. I do remember the word Humboldt being said earlier.
Yeah, I remember it too.
But the other words I don't remember. So if we're gonna hazard a guess, Humboldt is the only one the only one we know is a word that was said earlier. Sharwan and Tesla, I haven't seen. I'm gonna go 1-1-1.
All right, Humboldt we go, or we say.
Is you?
Oh, it is. The captain smiles, then he looks over your shoulder and nods to the owner. You hear a thin squeak followed by a rush of air as the crossbow hurtles towards your back. Your Kai senses scream a warning, and you respond by flattening yourself to the table. A look of abject terror barely has time to register on the captain's face before the speeding missile embeds itself between his startled eyes. Get him! Screams the owner, and 3 stocky drinkers rush forward with short swords held ready to strike. The first attacker loses his sword and the hand that holds it. Ooh. As he reels back, screaming, the others exchange a fearful glance and halt in their tracks. If you wish to advance and attack these poor innocent bastards that are just too dumb to know, go there. If you decide to try to escape, go there.
What do you think?
Yeah. If we attack him, it would be more suspicious.
I mean, either way, they think we're a spy, so kill him or don't won't matter.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I'm not feeling bloodthirsty. Are you feeling bloodthirsty?
Not particularly.
All right, let's just bounce. Yeah, let's just bounce.
With a yell, you barge your way through the stunned tavern crowd and kick open the back door. The land behind the building is thickly forested, and you run headlong into its welcoming cover. With the angry cries of the Persians rippling through the trees, you curse your ill luck and escape into darkness.
You have chosen poorly. You run without pausing through the shadowy pines until you can no longer hear the cries of your pursuers. The forest is soon swallowed by the night, but guided by your Kai senses and the occasional rays of moonlight that filter through the densely packed trees, you are able to continue your lonely trek eastward. You stop at a stream to bathe your face in cold water and reflect on the bitter irony of your situation. The people you had hoped would help you now pursue you as their enemy. It is a cheerless situation, but you do not allow it to defeat your resolve to reach Torgar and recover the stolen Lorestones. Gradually, what begins as suspicion becomes a nagging certainty that you are being watched. Your senses detect an evil presence lurking in the surrounding trees, and you decide to forego rest and keep moving until dawn. Tired and hungry after your ordeal, you must now eat a meal or lose 3 endurance points, which we will just hunt something. Yeah, we're at the river. Maybe we'll have some fish.
We'll hunt the thing looking at us. The evil presence lurking in the
just
trees.
Eat it.
Your dinner.
Whatever it is.
You watch me, you become dinner. That's how it works.
You found me, now find my belly, motherfucker.
Yeah, in my belly. So, the first rays of dawnlight are beginning to lighten the forest when you happen upon a wide gap in the trees. A dark shape, large and rounded like a furry boulder, lies curled up beneath the branches of a pine at the edge of the clearing. In the distance, a crow caws nervously, stirring the shape from its slumber with a half-hearted call of warning. Trying to imagine how that would sound. Ah, that's probably bad. Whatever. It's like a half-hearted call for warning. There's not like a full-on warning, like get away. This is like here kill you. Whatever. Your pulse quickens as you recognize the outline of a big black bear. A noise to your left diverts your attention from the waking bear, and to your horror, you see a pack of leathery black akatas creeping towards you through the undergrowth. Their feral eyes aglow with bloodlust as they latch onto your scent. With a howl, they leap forward, clawing and biting as they drag you to the ground. If you possess the magnified discipline of animal control and have reached the rank of Principalin or more, turn to 77. If you don't possess the skill, or you're yet to attain this level of Kai training, turn to 254. Yep, we don't have animal control, so we're fighting these feral creatures.
Ah, we can take them. Their attack is so swift and deadly, there is no time to draw a weapon. The gruesome clack of their fangs fills your ears, and white-hot pain lances through your arms and legs as the Akas snap shut their powerful jaws. Lose 6 endurance points. Wah wah. Desperately, you kick and punch, rolling over and over through the undergrowth until you break free of their crushing bite. Weak from loss of blood, you stagger to your feet and unsheath a weapon just in time to meet their renewed attack. So it's just...
Oh, there's a bit more to the fight. Read the rest.
Oh, these war dogs are especially susceptible to psychic attack. If you have and wish to use the discipline of Mind Blast or Psi Surge, double all bonuses you would normally receive. If you have completed the Lore's Circle of Spirit, triple all bonuses.
Wow. We don't have the Lore's Circle of Spirit.
Which I don't think we...
But we do double our Mind Blast. Yo, we are stacked.
Oh my god, all the combos.
But the rolls aren't being favorable. A decent start.
It is our first combat. It can't be one shot.
I mean, he gets some feral creatures.
We gotta give him something.
Yeah. I mean, we are weak with a bit of blood type. Losing a lot of blood. It kind of makes sense that we're not fighting as well. They are putting up a fight though. They're taking out a lot of our health. And this should finish him off. There you go. Fantastic. And we win. As the last of the war dogs dies at your feet, you sheath your weapon and cast your eyes at the
It is
clearing.
show.
Dun dun dun. You rip its jaw out. The bear is no longer there, having loped away during your fierce fight with the Akataz. Yeah, thanks for nothing. The pain of your wounds causes you to wince and grit your teeth as you hurry into the brightening forest. You have covered less than 100 yards when you hear a pitiful howl ripple through the trees. At first you think it was just your imagination, fueled by fatigue and your stinging wounds. When you hear it a second time, you realize that the war dogs you fought were part of a larger Akataz pack, and that the rest of the pack have just discovered their remains. If you reach the Magnified Discipline Pathmanship and have reached the rank of Mentora, turn to 161. If you don't possess the skill, you're screwed. But we do have the skill, so we're fine.
Yep. Get eaten by dogs. Using your much improved Kai skills, you disappear into the forest, leaving no trace of your past. Because we are so light on our feet and we are so elvish and badass, that's what we can do. Even the smell of your blood is masked by your ability to secrete neutralizing oils to the pores of your skin, which act as a chemical camouflage. We can just secrete camouflage. Okay.
Oh my god. You hear me now?
68.
268.
I heard something.
As you hurry away, you happen upon a trail that gradually descends to the bank of a rushing river. Massive boulders, smoothed by the water over the centuries, rise from the foaming torrent like giant stepping stones. Across the river, you see another forest, dark and forbidding. The sun is strong in a cloudless sky, and the air is warm and dry, yet a grey mist hangs heavy and cold around the trees of that forest. All along the bank on this side of the river grows clumps of bushy herbs with bright scarlet flowers. If you have the Magnified Discipline of Curing, turn to 276. Okay, so what are we gonna pick?
Huzzah for curing!
Hooray! Kaloo! So we do have Curing, so we're gonna go to page 276.
Yep. You recognize the plants. They are lambswort, an herb very similar to the healing plant lambspur. You regain lost endurance points by eating the leaves. Each meal lambspur restores 2 endurance points, and there are enough leaves here for 3 meals. If you decide to pick this herb and keep it, remember to adjust your action chart accordingly. So might as well pick it up. I mean, it's a free healing meal.
Take all of them.
I mean, why not?
I gotta discard an item, so I'm gonna drop a meal and pick up that one. Fantastic. Let's continue 325. So now we have our tasty meals. Carefully, you cross the raging river, leaping from one boulder to the next. The sun warms your body, but you feel an unexpected chill as soon as you set foot on the opposite bank. Instinctively, you know that this is the Isle of Ghosts Prince Gregor spoke of so fearfully. A stony trail leads into the heart of the mist-enshrouded trees. It is partially overgrown with a sawbriar, which tears mercilessly at your boots and leggings. Undaunted, you press on until forced to stop at the edge of a narrow chasm that bisects the trail. A tangle of yellowed bones lie at the bottom, and a damp, unwholesome smell rises from a number of tiny caves which riddle its sheer walls. If you wish to attempt to jump across this narrow chasm, turn to 123. If you wish to look for a way around it, turn to 62. So, I believe we'll end it at this cliffhanger. So, guys, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time if we decide whether to jump or not.
Take care, everybody. Oh, bye-bye.